track, if you ain't talking money, then I don't want to talk.
Still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Tell them still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Then them still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them. Treat them like jack boys. Catch them slipping and slang them.
The effort to expand and enshrine in the Constitution protection for access to abortion. So that means the current law stands. It will be restricted after 6 weeks, after 15 weeks if you were raped. You saw some other measures. In Colorado, not surprising, it did pass. In New York State, there was a broad referendum on a number of issues, including putting in the Constitution the right to an abortion. That did.
It's been 7 hours and 50 days since you took your love away. I go out.
What do you guys think? Sorry, I was on mute. So, now that it's all over, thank God, what you think? What do you think? What do you think? How do you feel? I'll give it a second. Look at all that bread. Oh, where's the Kamala? Where all the Kamalas at? Where the Kamalas at? Where they at? Oops, I didn't even. God dang it. Here we go. Sorry about that. I wasn't even paying attention. Where all the Kamala Harris's supporters? Where are they at?
said, well, it's okay, just let the states figure it out.
Exactly, except for today, because he went into the ballot box and he cast a vote in Florida that said no to the ballot initiative, which means he voted for something that restricts abortion access after 6 weeks of time. Now, when he was asked by reporters, when he went to do that and they asked him to explain the vote, he said, stop asking me about that, which has basically been the approach for the past few weeks. Stop asking me about that, because there was concern that it could hurt Republicans. But for Democrats, they had really hoped it would help them. And we just didn't see that in the way perhaps that the vice president calculated. She put that right front and center in this campaign, talking about it so much. And now you could, I'm sure, John, you could argue it another way, which is when you look at some of the exit polls, Harris voters did say that was at times their second most important issue, the first being the state of democracy.
Right, but it didn't drive their vote.
It didn't.
I mean, it didn't, I'm still struck by her underperformance with women relative to events that you think under the traditional way of thinking about politics would help increase her vote with women, and given what Donald Trump has said and the way he has behaved. It's one of the stories. It's one of the stories of the evening.
Yeah, I'm also curious, Ed, about Arizona. Why is the Senate candidate in Arizona doing so well?
Ruben Gallego started his campaign by reminding voters in Arizona he's a Marine veteran.
Because he was running against Kari Lake.
And but first he was running against Kyrsten Sinema. And he was able to demonstrate pretty quickly as he launched his campaign that Sinema had no hope of running. So then Kari Lake jumped in, big election denier, someone who had tried unsuccessfully to align herself with Trump. He kind of held distance because in the end was not a big fan. And Gallego is going to be a really good lesson to his party about how it is you can run a race in a battleground state, how you run a race that wins Latino male support.
Yeah.
A lot of what he was doing the last few weeks, the Harris campaign bandwagoned onto. And when they were trying to tell them, you should have been doing this from the beginning. Rodeos, soccer matches.
And, we should check in now with Chris Van Cleve, because he is in Phoenix, Arizona, with an update. Good evening, Chris.
Well, Nora, if I can build on something Margaret was saying, we were talking to the David Schweikert campaign. He is a conservative Republican. He is pro-life and was just hammered on the abortion issue for weeks on end in attack ads. I asked them about this issue. Were they worried about losing pro-choice Republicans? And his team said no. They felt like having abortion on the ballot allowed pro-choice Republicans to vote their conscience and then vote their party. And that may be playing out here as we get more of the votes. Now, so many people vote by mail in Arizona that while we will get the total number of people who voted at the polls today in Maricopa County, for example, we understand it's about 250,000. There are hundreds of thousands of uncounted mail-in ballots, many of which were dropped off today at the polls. That's going to take several days to go through the signature verification process, to check the ballots. It also taking a little bit longer than it has in years past, because in most counties, it's a 2-page ballot, not a 1-page ballot. So you multiply that times hundreds of thousands of ballots, it slows the process down a little bit. So any of these races that are particularly close here could take days, if not 10 to 13 days even, to know who won, to have all of those votes counted.
Like it's even going to matter. 270. One crosses the finish line. The other one, she's such a sore loser. Oh, I want to hear all the Kamala Harris voters. Silent. You can drop a pin. Silent and quiet as a mouse. It is quiet as a mouse. Hearing that pin drop.
Chris Van Cleve, thank you. Let's check in with correspondent Lilia Luciano. She is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good evening, Lilia.
Yes.
Good evening, Nora. Here in Nevada, what just ended was a big celebration. We are at a viewing party for the Republican Party, for the Trump campaign. I've been hearing from voters for many days now that the issues that really affect them are all economic related. Although there is a ballot question on the ballot here that so far has more than 60% of the vote to enshrine the right to abortion. I've heard from women on both sides who are voting on those issues. One tonight night told me that it's the conservative values, although she is a Latina, she is a woman, that is the conservative values of the Republican Party, of former President Trump, what drove her to the polls. We've also heard from immigrants who became citizens and have told me they voted for Trump because they believe in his harsher policies at the border. But the things that we heard the most about are the price of groceries here. It's one of the places where the groceries are the most expensive, with the fastest rising rents and with the highest unemployment in the country. And what we're seeing right now, of course, this race hasn't been called. There's many more votes that will be counted over here until Saturday. Mail-in ballots that come in before Election Day, or rather that come in before Saturday, will still be counted as long as they're postmarked by today, by Election Day. There's also many votes that have to go through a curing process, and that could take all the way to November 12th. But from the numbers that we're seeing, a very surprising race is that of Sam Brown, who still has a chance to unseat Senator Jackie Rosen, the incumbent. What he told me, he's a Purple Heart recipient, is that he's an outsider, that he's an everyday man, that he and his wife are veterans, and that they don't always necessarily align with former President Trump. In fact, he got Trump's endorsement pretty late in the race, but that he hopes to represent, if he does win that Senate seat, the every person.
They don't have no choice because they don't want to vote VV for a woman who absolutely doesn't know what she's doing. But then again, she's been in the White House for over 4 years. Interesting.
In Las Vegas for us tonight. Thank you, Lilia. I also want to bring in David Becker, our CBS News election law contributor. And David.
What? What? Yo, tell me that you're joking, man. Oh, tell me that you're joking. Oh my. This morning? Oh man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Damn. Shoot. Rest in peace to brother Clarence. Shit. We'll be doing a ceremony on his life on Bola TV. Yeah. Let me give you my I'll send you my shit. Just here, here's my email. Jesus. Oh, how old was he? No, he wouldn't have to be my age. That's my email. Send me an invite. For those who don't know who Brother Clarence was a damn good guy. Very good guy. The old Rusty. Is old Rusty gonna? I know old Rusty's gonna show up. Oh, wow. I feel my condolences to the family. My condolences, if he was married, if he had kids. My condolences to everyone in his family. Shit. Oh. This is the reason why I say. This is the reason why I say always cherish. I say that word quite often. Cherish those who you love. And always cherish those who you respect. I always say that. But this man was cooler than the fan, man. He was cooler than the fan. He did nothing but straight lives. He did nothing but excellent lives. I didn't know he was that sick. And always check yourself at the doctor too. Always check yourself. I am speechless. I don't even know where to begin. Damn. What we'll do is we'll take a short little intermittent break. Rest in power, brother Clarence. Good brother.
Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025 at Laban Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an award ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 YouTube categories. And many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to give a toast to Brother Girl. I mean, I can't really drink anything right now because I'm fasting. Rest in peace to Brother Clarence. Like I said, condolences to his family and friends. I mean, we were all basically his friends, associates, whatever you call it. Definitely a good brother. And we would definitely miss him. All right. Gotta move forward to, let's see. Oh, Lord Jesus. I did not freaking know. Let's see here. I guess we can start this. Yes. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this, man.
They damn sure getting paid from Kamala Harris. Oh, Steve Harvey response says you can't pay Steve Harvey $10,000 to do nothing. Right. He vehemently denied that he was offered money. Now his endorsement, he says, is pure. His questions, he said, will be softball. Okay. But he didn't say he was paid for that. Do you think that politicians have to give us anything outside of promises to get us to vote for them? Because okay.
In fact, they don't even have to give us promises, because when is the last presidential who was the last presidential candidate that promised black people anything? Black people vote because we are shamed into voting. There's something called ancestral shaming. You know what ancestral shaming is? If you don't vote, you turning your back on Fannie Lou Hamer. If you don't vote, you turning your back on Coretta Scott King. If you don't vote, you turning your back on Medgar Evers. If you don't vote, you turning your back on Dr. King and all them ancestors who struggled and died and went to jail. No, Ninja. We're not turning our back on our ancestors. We're turning our back on a party that has consistently and repeatedly ignored the issues that affect black people. They do a lot of ancestral shaming, but what they don't.
A lot of ancestral shaming in my family too. Like you owe them something. I don't owe you anything. Nothing. Not a dollar. Not a dime. Not an explanation. Not a nothing. You do what you do because you feel it's in your best interest, which is not, but it's your choice. Me, I've chosen a path to not vote for a party that particularly doesn't have your best interest. That's all I can say about that.
They don't tell you is how the Democratic Party undermined Fannie Lou Hamer at the 1968 convention. What they don't tell you is how President Lyndon Baines Johnson tapped the phones in a hotel where all the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party members who came with Fannie Lou to Atlantic City, where they stayed at, he had the FBI spying on them so they could know everything that they were strategizing so they could undermine them. Nobody tells you how the Democratic Party treated Fannie Lou. They kept mentioning her name at the DNC as if they upheld her in her day. No, they didn't. They treated that woman like she was less than dirt, and they got the nerve to use that ancestor's name to try to make it look like the Democratic Party is the party of blacks. Here's my thing to Uncle Steve, and I like Steve Harvey. He bougie, coonish, but I like him, okay? When Steve said he wasn't paid, I believe him. But you know what he didn't say? That his network did not receive compensation. You're not going to tell me that the Steve Harvey show or the D.L. Hughley show or the Ricky Smiley show sits on a white platform, and these white folks who are all about money, knowing Kamala raised $30 million in one night just with black folks, and you're going to sit up here.
Most of them were females.
And endorse this woman freely all through your show, and you think the white folks ain't calling her campaign office saying y'all owe us some money. He may not have taken no money, but that white platform he on, they damn sure getting paid from Kamala Harris.
Right. And you know, I like Steve as well. You know, I've been around him a few times, had conversations with him, but there is a historical context, you know what I'm saying, that we have to examine when it comes to Democrats, any of them, and our people. But I also think that when Steve Harvey, because you got to remember, 2017, he went and hollered at Trump.
This is going to be a deep one. And for everyone watching, our analytics tell us that we have a lot of...
Man, that's... This is crazy, man. Very crazy indeed. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. We must celebrate our love. We'll celebrate our brother that, you know, his life got taken from us through nature or otherwise. We will all miss Brother Clarence. And I was looking, I was like, no wonder he hasn't been around. Wait. No wonder he hasn't been around as of late. So, you know what? I'll definitely have to be there for celebration. This is not a down year. It's not a down night or down day. This is a celebration. And the reason why I say it's a celebration is because, I mean, we don't know Brother Clarence fully, but we do know, unless he has people close to him on YouTube that knows him fully like that. But we all know him to be a solid brother, straight up. I mean, he basically he likes some of the same things that I liked as far as, movies and martial arts and stuff like that. Mm. This is a celebration because he's out of here. He doesn't have to feel any pain. No pain, no suffering. Hopefully nothing but joy. Because I'm gonna tell you, we never know a brother's past, whatever. Hopefully he gets to join the ancestors. Right? We all hope and pray that he joins the ancestors. Damn, I never knew he was that sick. Oh, we're moving forward.
Steve Harvey.
Yes, sir. Uncle Steve.
There was after the Democratic National Convention, I believe he came out in support of Kamala Harris.
Yes.
You pushed back and said that you received a phone call or some sort
Text
of message, communication, that they were willing to give you some money to endorse Kamala.
Not to endorse, but to interview.
Interview.
Yes.
Okay. And so did you verify? Because
I posted it.
After that, they denied it.
Well, no one from Kamala Harris's camp denied it.
They didn't?
No.
I thought Charlemagne, Breakfast Club, I thought they said that no one reached out.
No.
Okay.
No, and the reason they can't, because when you look at the DNC and the RNC, they're so large.
Yeah, it's
They have
massive.
offices,
Yeah.
you understand?
Yes,
So that means you got to check with every office to see if nobody reached out to Dr. Umar. To be honest with you, I thought it was a normal thing. I'm an influencer. He has the voice of young Black America. Throw him 15 grand for the interview. But me being a political scientist, I know that money was to soften the questions. I know that money was to kind of show her in a good light. And what I told them was, we can do it, but it must be live. It cannot be edited, and it must be direct to the people. They did hit me back a second or a third time, but then they kind of fell off after I made those demands. I believe it was legitimate.
Did you have a point of contact? Or
Yeah, the phone number. It's still in my phone. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still in my phone.
So
I posted it because I wanted people to see. Because you know me, anytime I get anything underhand, I expose it. Just like people from who's the Kennedy brother who was running as an independent.
Yeah, Robert.
His team reached out a couple times. They reached out his last campaign. They reached out this campaign, and he decided to endorse Trump. And I was kind of disappointed because you came to me seeking support, and then you end up on Trump team. So you really wasn't about what you claimed to have been. That's why the Honorable Marcus Garvey, he never allowed us to endorse politicians. You feel me? We do either way.
Wow.
Good or bad, black or white, we do not endorse politicians. And the reason why, Brother Loon, if Loon is running for mayor of Nashville, Dr. Umar publicly.
Hey, anti-social. Thank you for your support. Unfortunately, a friend of ours passed away today. This is not a. Thank you anyway. It still hit me because I'm like, damn, he wasn't even that old, but it's like we cherish the things that we love, we cherish the things that we respect, and I respected that man. Rusty will be at I think with Bolo whenever they get whenever they get the whenever they give me the call, I would definitely show up. If I'm not working that day, I would definitely show up. Thank you. Um, yeah. I didn't know he was that sick. Um, oh shit. Hey, Lisa.
Endorses Loon. Loon ends up selling out the people. The damning of his reputation is automatically the damning of my reputation. The quickest way for me to destroy the respect and trust I have from our people is to publicly support a candidate that the community does not find.
What you can do is if you do not just subscribe, but if you do become not just become a member, you become part of a family. Um, you become part of a family. You become part of something more greater. If you want, I mean, this is yours. This is ours. Whatever if you want to come, vent, shout, be joyful, be prideful, whatever. This is our baby. This is our baby. I will be. I'll try my best to see Dr. Umar this I think on the 22nd of this month. He will be coming here, and yeah, definitely. So take great joy of what you do. When I watch, say, Antisocial play Fortnite, I mean, the kid in me arises, and this is what you want. And I mean, no matter what you do, this is what you want. I'll give you a perfect example real quick. You see, I have a daughter and I have a son. I I love seeing them wake up in the morning. I mess with my son all the time. My daughter messes with me all the time. There's not a day that goes by when my daughter messes with me. Not a day that goes by. Oh, and this is what you want. You want to remember these things. It's called cherishing, being cherishable. We know what these things um, do to us daily, but we just got to move forward. I just know police killing is just killing of black people, and will be through the roof. I know what you're saying. America cake, America and its pawns are never going to be changed. It's never gonna change, period, unless we change with it. That's why I say this election don't mean shit. I said we should offend for ourselves because pretty much we all we got at this moment. We are all we have. But people don't realize that because some of them are being shamed. Some of us are being shamed into voting. Like being Democratic was your lineage. It wasn't your lineage. It wasn't your lineage to begin with. And then now we all know what's coming. We all know what's coming. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. We all gonna wake up tomorrow with doing the same old thing, right? Forget about 2025. Forget about Project 2025. Forget about this. Forget about that. Worry about your damn self. Continue to grow within yourself. To continue to grow within your community, because at the end, this is what I'm saying, and this is what the reason why we should be growing in strength and numbers. Because over here, we are all that matters. Not anybody else. We are all that matters here. On We-On-Loc Nation channel, we are all that matters. That's all we got. Between your family, your friends, your loved ones, whether you're married, divorced, got boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. We are all that matters as long as we stay within the camp. Stay within the camp, meaning staying with you. I love it when people say they don't climb that fence. I was like, go ahead and climb the fence if you want to. Meaning, if you're going to go to a different gender, not different gender, if you're going to go to a different ethnicity, a minority, if you're going to go to the white folks, cry to them. I do not want to hear your voice. Because over here, we know Black people in society know what we have been going through from the time of slavery up until now. There has been a change. The only difference is we don't have an actual leader. We do not have a leader. What we should be having is leadership. Someone to lead us into a place of promise, a place of existence amongst other Black people who actually get the fucking thing that we say. They actually get the damn things that we want and need. Especially when it comes to the next generation and the next generation coming up. Those who don't want it, those who keep saying that the immigrants aren't bothering you, why should you care about it? It matters a ton when they're stomping over your head because you proclaim that they are getting the jobs that Black people don't want. No, what it is you don't want to pay. You don't want to overpay. And you don't want to overpay so Black people can get the result, can go ahead and get the results that they need to compete with other majorities. That's your problem. And you know what happens to a people who they owe money to? If I'm a white man and if I owe Black people a whole bunch of money, you know what I do? Cut and shame. Then I go get people who would do the work that you were supposed to do for cheap. Cheap labor. Cheap labor. Oh no, you're going to owe us. This is one of the reasons why they won't even give us HVAC jobs. This is the reason they won't even give us carpentry or plumbing or we just need to do the shit ourselves. First things first, you need to find someone who knows how to do the job and will actually help train you to do it. And then go about your own. Start building stairwells and stuff like that for, random people. And then when you get the work in, you're going to start making money. And you're going to start owning your own business. And then you start to hire people who look like you. Not like these these Mexicans or whoever else got companies or whatever and don't even want to hire your black ass, better recognize that shit. They murder us and get away with it because they know they're not going to be there won't be for repercussions and consequences. They know we don't care about each other. You can't really say that for certain, because those who do care will put in the work. We know brothers that would definitely put in the work. So they kill us one day and we forget the next. Like and share, subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so, please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation family. Please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation family. We need family, people. That's who we are. Family. And I will, and in return, I will find a way. I will find a way to reward those who have rewarded me. I'm trying to set up like a Discord like thing so we can watch movies or something, or play a couple of games or something. And of course, if the winner wins, then they get, $50, $100 or something like that. Trying to set it up that way. Because of the way you supported me, then I have to give back. I definitely had to give back. So here, before I continue this, and sorry for the down me look. For those who just came in the room, I was hit by an old friend of mine that our brother, YouTuber, another YouTuber, has passed away today. We will definitely be celebrating his passing. He is definitely going on to the ancestors. May he rest in power.
Finance.
Now,
this is gonna be a deep one, and for everyone watching, our analytics tell us.
What is the? How about we go to the website? We don't need to be hearing all that. Yeah, it's a trip too. It's been one hell of a trip, because the first time I saw Brother Clarence, smooth, smooth cat. He didn't get in a lot of trouble. Didn't get, just a regular guy. It just goes to show you that life is no joke. Life does not play games with people. And we don't even know when you don't even know when our time's going to be punched in. You don't know that. We don't know how long we're going to be on this earth. Young, old, don't matter.
I want to stay on this point. When a young black boy gets out of FDMG school, he's not guaranteed employment either.
Yes, he is through us. Our graduates will get small business loans from the school itself. We're going to set them up. Now, if they want to go to college, we will support that. I'm not saying no child should go to college.
You're going to give every kid a small business loan.
That's our plan. That's absolutely.
How do you plan on getting that done?
We have a plan for that. We got a nice plan.
Yeah,
for
see.
No.
You got to
And I
trim
got
that down.
And I got some celebrity friends. I ain't calling no names.
Yeah.
But I got some multi-millionaire celebrity friends who y'all know who said when I need them, they're going to be there for me after the school opens. They want to see the school open. So I'm going to pick up the phone and reach out and tap on some of them brothers.
Because that's going to be a hard thing. I mean, I guess for me, it's the same thing you're asking Steve Harvey to do with Kamala. You're asking him to say, hey, what do we get? What's going on? What are you doing for black people? I'm asking you that. Hey, if a black boy goes to your school, he's not guaranteed work. You gotta answer for that. Well, he's not guaranteed work, but we have business loans.
Absolutely.
And so at some point, I do want to get into that. Maybe not now, whenever you iron out those details.
But you can't confuse us providing our graduates with a business startup grant with an elective representative wanting votes without.
Life is long to me, especially when you make the right decisions. Life is never short. The only time life is short is when you shorten your life. We'll get to all they'll tell me all the details when he has, who's the one that let me know. Mr. Vaughn would definitely let me know. Vaughn has my email address. Vaughn definitely has my email address. It's kind of funny, When D. Durrell came to town, that was the best night of my life because of who we hung out with. Right? We hung out with basically other YouTubers, right? Especially people from my city. Shocked the shit out of me. But Lisa, this is the reason why I get on you a lot. Actually, your husband gets on you a lot, but I get on you about the small things, But you're a grown woman. You know how to take care of yourself. But there's nothing wrong with the little push, and there's nothing wrong with people giving you a motivation to move on. You're still dealing with issues, but at least you're in a different space. You're in a different situation now versus where you were. You're still in the situation, but it's not as what it was because you took care of yourself. You wanted something back. And I'm not going to tell people what it is. You can tell the people what it was. All right? That's something sacred to you. I'm not going to tell people. Why is my mouse not moving? Okay.
Without giving anything in exchange.
That's what they giving the same promise that you give.
No, it's completely different because one's job is to represent the needs of the people. You understand? Our job is to educate our children. And as part of that education, we're going to provide them with those business startups when they graduate. We're not obligated to do it. She's obligated to represent the people.
Yeah,
it's two different things.
Right. But
one is an independent.
You just told me you were obligated, though. You said you just told me my answer. Oh, well, don't matter why you're obligated.
Yes, it does.
No, hell no.
Yes, it does.
Listen,
because
if I get arrested, it don't matter. We both get arrested. We both are arrested. All right, so listen. Help me understand. If
you're dribbling the ball behind your back, passing it off to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
You're gonna alley you to Moses Malone.
Okay, go
Moses
ahead.
Malone gonna do a step past to Beyonce. Beyonce gonna do a double dip back dunk to Michael Jackson. He's gonna roll it over to Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks gonna take it to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings gonna take.
So help me. Listen. Help me understand. No. Help me understand. Let's bring it back. Help me understand. You're giving promises. Kamala is giving promises
to children who graduate from the school. That's completely different from being the president of the United States of America.
See, you keep giving me job titles. I'm talking about intentions. I don't care about job titles. Okay. You're telling me that you just told me 5 minutes ago, I have a certain barometer because of my ancestors. I'm obligated to stand out on the hill and get these institutions done. Right? You just told me that. Then the next sentence you just told me, well, I'm obligated for a different reason. I'm not obligated because this in the same way that Steve Harvey is.
Our students, right? We're starting with 2nd through 4th grade. We won't have a graduating.
Which I said that already. But people are like, but you're only doing a small proportion. You have to start slow. And he wouldn't have an FDMG chain around his neck if he wasn't lying. But I said it, and people were like, "No, that's not true." I was like, "Okay, well, he just said it out of his mouth." There, what you gonna say now?
Last for 12 years. Kamala Harris wants your vote in about 4 weeks. What the hell are we talking about?
It's still promises, though. It ain't. It's
my
no,
point.
I
Is
just
we have more than enough time.
Listen, if I gave,
there's no way for you to know whether or not I'm going to deliver until they graduate in 8 years.
And there's no.
You already know whether Kamala going to deliver because she's been VP for 4 and ain't gave you ish.
That's true. But if she's making promises on the campaign trail, you also have no way to know if she's going to deliver until she's elected.
You are absolutely right. So what promise did she make the black people so far on the campaign trail?
You're right. She hasn't made one that I've seen. And I could be wrong. I don't know.
She ain't going to make one.
So, but you said she hasn't made one. And
not
so,
to my knowledge, unless you heard something.
I haven't heard anything.
Kamala's mistake is she tried to use the Barack Obama racial identity strategy. Problem is, the people who were 16 when Obama became president, they 31, 32 now. And they not as gullible as their parents and grandparents. They want more than your color of skin as a reason to vote. See, this whole issue about Kamala being East Indian and not African would.
Oh, you. I know you're not blind. I mean, I'm sure you've heard. I mean, we're just reviewing, but I'm sure you've heard that Trump won. So it really doesn't matter. Trump won. Why does everyone act like the vice president has the same authority? They don't know. I mean, she can the most. I don't know if this is true or not, because when Joe Biden was under Trump or was under Obama, I'm sure he had some executive orders, but it had to be succeeded by Obama before anything could be pulled, any trigger can be pulled. Same thing with Kamala. Kamala was under Joe Biden, and I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? But she had 4 years. She had four years to doing something, but obviously she didn't do shit. She didn't do a fucking thing. So, and everyone, oh my God, was this true? Did you see, skip all this. Did you see all that sea of red? Did you just happen to see all that sea of red, my brother?
Oh yeah, I was watching this since the beginning.
That was freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll be so glad. I can't wait until Thursday. Well, what up, young? I can't wait until Thursday. I just can't wait because all those Kamala supporters talking. I can't wait. I can't wait. And it was like, man, you sucking Trump's dick. I was like, I didn't vote for neither one of them. I didn't vote for neither one of these scumbags.
Yeah, I knew he was going to win. I knew he was. Yeah. I knew he was going to win from the beginning. Yeah, I knew he was going to win. They weren't going to let her pull that off.
No. What the campaign was trying to tell her was, we need to start visiting certain I think fractions, and like soccer moms, talk to soccer moms, talk to a whole bunch of other people. We need to do what Trump is doing right now, and I don't know. All I know is she didn't show up tonight. She didn't show up at all.
Yeah, she's supposed to do her speech tomorrow. And she knew I think that's what they did in 2000. I think that would happen in 2016.
Why tomorrow? Why can't you do? Why you know what you sound like? Not you, but she sound like what she did. What LeBron James did when he lost in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Remember he didn't shake what was it? Dwight Howard's hand. He went straight to the locker room.
Yeah,
coward.
Yeah,
coward.
Mm-hmm.
But now, what is going to be expected?
Well, from who? From Trump or from her?
Yeah, from.
Did you hear about Brother Clarence?
Yeah, Vaughn just told me. Vaughn just. What was the brother sick?
Well, Lady Nova said that he had 2 strokes. That's what she told me in the other chat. That he had 2 strokes.
Jesus Christ.
Mm. But I think he's going to change.
Don't forget. Bolo's gonna
Oh yeah, Friday.
Yeah,
Friday. Yeah. I think it's a lot of changes going to come. I think they're going to do a lot of that Project 25. I think they're going a lot of corporations, a lot of the bureaucrats, and a lot of these government entities. They're going to make it private. That's why Elon Musk is so close to him and pushing for, because Elon Musk, he has a lot of government contracts and stuff like that. So, and he's private when it comes to NASA. So it's going to be a lot more entities they're going to do as far as the government Board of Education. That probably goes private because a lot of corporations merge together, especially these past 4 years. And a lot of that's going to go online. So that they probably get rid of that and a few other entities, probably the CDC and a couple other entities. They're going to take it private. So that's going to be a big change. They're going to cut down the border.
Well,
they're going to cut that. They're going to cut that down, and a lot of people that's going to come is going to come from the Asian parts. I think I see them a lot flooding America. They're going to cut that southern border down a lot.
Oh, we don't have to deal with the Venezuelans. Well, we still going to be dealing with the Venezuelans. We're still going to be dealing with.
They're going to cut that just like they did, because they're going to do the same thing. Remember years ago when a lot of Cubans was coming over? What was that? Remember that? Years back in the 70s and stuff like that. Remember they was coming over. He even released people that was in jail, just like Venezuela and Honduras, a lot of Latin countries. They did the same thing years ago in Cuba. So they definitely want to cut a lot of that out. And it's going to start bringing people over from Asia.
I don't know why. I don't know why. But either way, I said, even if you really have what a slight bit, well, more of Asians here in the United States versus blacks. Venezuelans, that's more. But here's the thing: they become a voting block, you might as well fucking hang it up.
See, the reason I think it's good because look at the big thing that was going when it came to her, and then Vance is married to an Asian. She's from India. You look at the other guy; he's going to get a high. He ran for president. What was his name? Start with an R. I think he's going to be a big part in the Trump.
The white guy?
No, the Indian guy. The Indian guy who ran for president with Trump and them.
I don't even know. I know the Asian guy. I know the Asian guy, but
because he used to work for I think it was Goldman Sachs, one of those hedge funds. So I think he's going to have a big part in the administration. Then you have Paulson that's going. They saying he may be the new Fed. So a lot of that they're going to cut. They're going to probably.
Did Sam Brown make it? Did Sam Brown make it?
I think the one from Ohio. You talk about him?
Yeah.
I think he lost. Yeah,
Thank God.
I think he lost.
Because I voted for his ass to go somewhere. Sit the fuck down. Yeah. I went to go vote today, and this lady was yelling for no reason. Like, of course, you can't have. He lost. Good. You can't have phones while you're voting or whatever because people don't want you to spy on them or whatever the case may be. And she just started yelling at the top of her lungs, "No phones will be administrated into the voting, whatever." I'm like, okay, lady, calm down. So I did. So I didn't really feel like doing it, but I did it anyway. And then I look up.
Black people going to get.
If you look here,
get left up. She said black people going to get. I would like to know. But that's interesting. She said black people. I would like to know what her thoughts on that. Why she think black people's going to get messed up? Because a lot of black people, some black people voted for Trump, but a lot of black people did not vote. So I would like to know when she said about black people, what does she think? What is her?
Black people didn't vote for her.
Right. That's what I said. They didn't vote for her. And it was some black people that voted for Trump. But she lost as far as a lot of black people, especially according to the data they were saying, especially in the urban neighborhood, which they say it went to Trump. But the reason why a lot of it they say it went to Trump because a lot of black people didn't vote.
Because they're tired of getting lied to. That'll be why.
Yeah, that's true.
They're tired of getting lied to. They're tired of the same old trick bags. Yeah. But you got D.L. Hughley in them, and a couple other washed up actors.
Them bad boys
and VIPs coming up in there, making them sad faces.
Yeah, them bad boys. Roland Martin, D.L. Hughley, them bad boys look like they was ready to cry. They real mad though. They really mad.
They big mad, ain't they?
Yeah. They
I can't wait until Thursday. Damn, I want to be at work. Damn it. I want to be at work because these little trolls, I swear to God, I'm gonna go up on their stream on that day, and I'm gonna come with my mega hat, even though I didn't vote for Trump. I'm gonna go for my mega, because I was accused of voting for Trump because I didn't vote for Kamala. I said, I don't vote for none of them trick bags. You a vote supporter. I don't want to hear that independent shit. I was like, so an independent can't make up his or her decision to vote for whoever he or she wants to vote for just because he or she is an independent. That's dumb.
And some people voted for, like in Michigan, they had Robert Kennedy was still on the ballot. He got like 8,000 votes up there. So a lot of black people voted for the third party.
This is We-On-Loc Nation. Who the hell is there?
I thought this was a special occasion and I would do you the honor.
Don't pay me no attention. Don't pay me no.
I'm not.
All right. Hey, this is my only day off.
I wanted to know your thoughts on, because you said black people is going to get messed over, so I wanted to know your thoughts on that, because that's real interesting.
Well, I mean, it's a fact. If we look back throughout the political history, we always get the short end of the stick. I don't care who is in office. Not one of them looks out for us. Tell me how any of us have advanced due to the president or any of the laws by the Senate or Congress. And the thing is that not only is Trump the president, they have control of the House and the Senate.
Right.
So there's no stopping them.
Right.
They're going to do whatever they want to do. And I've never seen them do anything that really helps us. Even affirmative action was a trick.
Right.
It wasn't really for us. As far as Kamala, she's a coward.
Right.
She would not come out and face the people tonight. And we know she was there because had she had the votes, she would have came out and spoke. So why can't she face the very people that are supporting her that were there tonight? That makes a bad statement about her.
That's true. Yeah, now I see your point of view, which is a very valid point, because you're going by the history, which is absolutely correct. If we look at the history and the consistency of history, we can see we never benefited. And like you said, affirmative action didn't benefit us. It actually benefited other people, especially when it comes to white women. They more so benefited as a majority when it came to affirmative action. So yeah, you're absolutely right now.
And I'm going to tell you something else about this abortion thing. The abortion thing was all about the white women.
Right.
They wanted to pay white women to have more children, but they couldn't pay the white women without paying the black women.
Right. Right.
So they put it under the guise of abortion. We all look, a lot of these young white college students get pregnant and their families are like, oh no. You're going to get your education. You're not going to have any babies before we marry you off. So I tell you what, let's take you down here and get this abortion.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, the statistics show that out of all the people getting assistance, white people get the most assistance. Actually, black people get the least amount. I'm talking about white, Hispanic, all of those get more assistance than black people. But the propaganda that they shoot has unintelligent people buying into their lies.
Right. Exactly.
Most people don't go and do the research and look and see. It's just like the infant mortality rate is the highest for black women. You don't ever hear anybody talking about that because they feel like black lives don't matter.
Right.
So what if you lose a mother and a baby? That's 2 less black people. And the deck is stacked. My biggest fear is that Trump wants to be a dictator. There are so many things that he said that he's going to do, such as he's going to try everyone who prosecuted him for treason. Treason?
Right.
He said he was going to do away with the Constitution. And as a black woman, we already don't have any rights. What little bit of rights we have are protected under that Constitution. But me, myself, I had to vote for Lisa Carter.
Right.
No, you didn't. You didn't vote for Cornel West.
No, I told you they removed Cornel West
Yeah, they
off the
removed.
ballot.
Yeah, they removed a lot of people from the. Yeah, they removed them. Man.
Yeah, they removed him from the ballot. I
I'm not
voted early, so I knew what was on the ballot and what wasn't on the ballot. And they
I wasn't
removed
shocked.
him, and I forget the other person.
I think of Jill Stein. I think she was she on there?
I think it was a woman. Yeah, I think it was. I just thought that it was ironic. And I'm gonna tell you something. They didn't announce that. Think about it. They didn't announce that to America. They put it in my absentee ballot. They put in there it was against the law to vote for either one of them because they have been removed.
Oh wow. Oh,
now,
snap.
how many people know that? Only the people who voted by absentee ballot.
Oh wow.
Like I said, they're full of their trickery and debauchery.
Wow.
Yeah, they do all kinds of underhanded, sneaky things. I told Locke about it.
Wow.
Weeks ago.
Yeah. Yes, you did. And you also did tell me that there was some younglings on the horizon.
You're talking about the Gen Zs.
The Gen Z is definitely going to be your presidents of the United States coming soon. One of them was,
and if you notice in some of Kamala's rallies, she spoke directly to the Gen Zs and the first-time voters.
Tell them how old they're going to be.
The Gen Zs are the new age politicians. They're the ones who feel like the old way is not working. All the knocking on the doors and everything, they feel like they should use TikTok. Well, the age range, the minimum age range is 21 to 25.
So you're going to be taking orders from a 25-year-old, Vaughn.
What you say? I'm going to be what?
I said you're going to be taking orders from a 25-year-old.
Well, I can't see that because that actually, I mean, that's how pretty much Obama actually got in office. He went through the internet. So that he did that, and then the way the algorithms are work today, yeah, I could definitely see that. The young, that's how, I mean, they were saying that today as far as how the algorithms and how Trump pulled it off, because he did a lot of things on the internet, and the way the algorithms is different than what the media shows. The media algorithms are different than what's the algorithms that you see on the internet.
And I'm going to tell you, when Trump spoke tonight, he didn't speak directly to the algorithms, but he spoke about this new communication that Elon Musk has. Now, don't you think that's coincidental?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something else about.
I do believe the old stuff, knocking on door to door. I think that's going out the door because people don't like you to knock. That's going out the door. They don't like. Yeah, I do believe that. They started that in when Obama ran, actually, because they called him, when he did it, they called him the new wave, because that's how he did his. A lot of his grassroots was through the internet.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't want a 21-year-old or a 25-year-old making decisions for me, allocating what laws are going to be passed and what laws are not going to be passed. When you're 21, your head isn't wrapped tight. Think about a 21-year-old when you were 21, what you were thinking about, and it wasn't politics.
Yeah, that's true. But I think, do you think they're going to be 21? I think they may be 50. Like when Obama ran.
Obama was 44.
Obama didn't have a lot of experience. Actually, when he ran.
Yeah, but Obama, yes, he did. Obama was a senator in Chicago first, but these Gen Z.
But he was only a senator for 2 years.
Huh?
He was only a senator for 2 years.
You just said it. You just said it, Vaughn. senator for 2 years and they put him out
Senators
there.
have a 4-year term.
But that's still considered inexperienced as far as president of the United States, because they said that when Kennedy ran. But the only reason why they backed Kennedy because of his dad and the Kennedy, family. But
And the people backed Obama. So at the end of the day, it didn't matter about his experience. And to be very honest, everybody talks about what Obama didn't do. Nobody ever talks about what Obama did. Nobody ever gives him the credit. If Trump had caught bin Laden, oh my God, you would never hear the end of it. A lot of things that Obama did, he came in behind Bush and a economy that was in recession after all those wars. I'm not saying Obama was perfect, but Obama had the fortitude to get Black people up off their behind and out to the polls, and he changed the electoral map.
Yeah, I think but I thought that's because he did have. I mean, look who he had behind him when he ran.
Yes, that's true. That's true as well.
Powerful people. And
I got something for all these Obama lovers. I'm getting sick and tired of this. So here's somebody who tells the truth.
AKA Barack Obama, who was in Russia at the time.
Don't play that again.
Doing business for the Council of.
No, this is a different one. You didn't look at this one.
Okay.
Foreign relations, of which he and his wife are both members. Okay? And if you belong to the Council of Foreign Relations, you are only about the exploitation of Africa, period, because that's why it was established. He and his wife are members. He was called from Russia to come back to New Orleans to accompany. Now, this is 05. This is August 05. Okay? He was called back to accompany George Bush and President Clinton. The last two and Obama go to New Orleans together to shake hands. Now, my question to you is, why is it that a little-known Black senator from Chicago, and he's not from Chicago, he moved there, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, he's from Hawaii.
Senator from Chicago be told to go to New Orleans with the last two U.S. presidents? You do the math. It's because they chose them before you knew them. But the problem is we don't think. The propaganda of the media sweeps up Black people every 4 years, and we fall for the same nonsense every 4 years. So if we thought that Bill Clinton was a Black president, they knew if they gave you somebody who was a half Negro, you would really lose your mind. Right. You would really lose your mind. And by the way, Bill Clinton has been inducted in the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame. He's the first white person in history to be inducted in the Arkansas State Black Hall of Fame. Yes, he is. Show me a Black person in the Jewish Hall of Fame, Italian Hall of Fame, Polish Hall of Fame, Anglo Hall of Fame, you won't find it. Arab Hall of Fame, Asian Hall of Fame, you won't find it. But when you go back to our history, be it slavery or colonialism, because not everybody suffered from slavery, but everybody went through white supremacy, one of the chief things that we've been taught that we never got out of, and the number one goal of slavery, colonialism, white supremacy is to turn the victim into a willing accomplice in your own extermination. Turn the victim into a willing accomplice in your own extermination. I read an article the other day. They said by 2050, white people will be a minority in America. Okay?
That's true.
By 2050, Hispanics and Mexicans and Asians will outnumber white people. So what? They have been a minority on the planet since the beginning of existence. What did it have to do with the power differential between Africans and Europeans? Nothing. Numbers don't mean nothing unless you put them to work. They have always been a minority. But who runs the economy? Nobody but them. White males are 46% of college-age students. 46, that's less than half. But they are 96% of the CEOs, 96% of the principals, 95% of partners at the law firms. So when you look at white supremacy, it might change shape It might change form, but it never changes substance. It never changes substance. And the problem with Obama, with black people, is that we can't look beyond the surface of his skin tone. Nobody bothered to ask who dressed him up and put him out there. Are you not aware that this man in 12 years, which makes him the fastest of all time, went from a little-known state senator in a heavy black district of Chicago running for the presidency? Running for the presidency. He's been in the Senate for 3 years. He's been running for president for 2 of the 3, which means he only been doing work for 1 year. What black man you know could run for president of the United States and have only been active as a senator for a year? Why is it in 2004 the Democratic National Convention gave Barack Obama the keynote speech? He was only a state senator. State senators never give keynote addresses at the political national convention, not even the white ones. But he did it as the state senator of Chicago. Why? Because they chose him before you knew him. And by giving him the 04 speech, it guaranteed that he would beat Alan Keyes for the U.S. senatorial spot from Illinois, and then the rest was history. See, when Obama moved to Chicago, he tried to unseat former Black Panther Bobby Rush. Bobby Rush blew him out the water in the election. He told him he would spank him and then spanked him. In fact, he said something to the fact, who the hell does white boy think he is coming into my district? He don't know the first thing about black people. He was raised as a white man. And then he spanked him. So the Democratic Party stepped in and said, he's not going to make it if we leave it up to his own measure. So they gave him the DNC keynote. And so he didn't even have to worry about being a state senator no more, because in a few months he was running for U.S. senator, the 3rd in history. Now, when we look at the financial backing of Obama, you see that his #1 campaign contributor happens to be the only bank on Wall Street that hasn't floundered. Goldman Sachs has given Barack Obama more money than everybody else put together. Most of his contributions did not come from poor people on the street. It came from rich, white, old money. Rich, white, old money. Don't listen to what they tell you on CNN. CNN is owned by the corporation. You got to do the research. Why is Goldman Sachs the most powerful bank on Wall Street, the United States chief investor abroad? Why are they putting so much money behind this half Negro? Why? Because they know that the families that run America have been eyeing Obama for the past 4 years, because they see something in him that would allow them to take white supremacy to the next level. Because black people in Asia don't think no more than we do. And black people in Africa don't think no more than we do. In fact, I gave this same speech in Nigeria 3 months ago, and they looked at me like I was crazy. You got Obama maniacs in Africa too, who think that if Obama is elected president, he's going to stop the World Bank and International Monetary Fund from stepping on Africa's throat. You got black people in America, although he hasn't said one thing about us this whole 2 years, he ain't mentioned black people. But we think that he's going to change the schools, even though schools are run by the state. We think he's going to do something about prison, even though prisons are run by the state. In fact, most of what affects you on a daily basis is state sanctioned, not federal.
I think we'll leave it there.
I just.
What's your point?
Yeah. What's your point? Yeah.
What's your point?
Okay, Jerry Jones. What's your point?
Right. That's a good question, Lisa.
I'm just saying, what's your point?
Right.
My point.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. They took a little white fat man that had no political experience whatsoever. His experience came in the way of fraud, a shyster, a crooked businessman, and they put him in office. When Trump ran for office, I was like, nobody's gonna vote for that fool. And you see what happened on January 6th when he didn't get his way.
I know.
Now, no
we
other
all know that.
Uh-huh.
No, it was pretty much he blew the whistle. He was a whistleblower.
Yeah.
Trump.
Trump blew the whistle on who?
You didn't hear he spilled all those beans about those I think it was those political senators and all this other shit. And they said,
No.
this is what he said, march to the White House.
No.
And guess what? The police were already there. The police were already attended because of the speech. But they somehow let 1,000 white folks into the White House, free and clear.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, you know who Biden had dancing on the White House lawn?
Oh.
2 years ago on Father's Day, because I had a whole lot to say about it. He had the LSGPT and everybody else up there dancing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The alphabet people.
Yes, exactly. Those ones. Yeah. And I'm not saying I have anything against them. I'm just saying, look at what things have come to. We have a man that pretty much tells you what he's going to do and what he's not going to do. And there is nothing to stop him now. I understand I made my voting choices. And apparently a lot of people made theirs as well. Not one person I spoke to didn't say the same thing as I said. There was no one I wanted to vote for on the ballot. When we live in a country and the voters don't see anyone they want to vote for, that's a problem. Kamala didn't run for office. She slid in right under Joe Biden. And the caucus, the Democratic caucus, slid her right in and elected her the nominee. We didn't do that.
Right.
But Lisa,
the thing is, Obama wasn't for Kamala. He was like, we need an open election. When Biden wanted to he stepped down, he was like, he wanted we should do an open. He wasn't for Kamala until later on. Then all of a sudden he came out and ran.
And didn't you notice something about Joe Biden? Oh, the Obamas didn't come out and endorse him.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't. And here at the end, I think one of the biggest mistakes they made was Obama attacking the black man.
Yeah.
That really rubbed a lot of black men and women the wrong way.
But you know what? I think he did that purposely because I see Michelle running.
That's who I wanted to run. And she would have won too.
Yeah. I see
Michelle Obama would have won.
Yeah, I see her running, and they threw a handicap when he came out and said what he did. I think they threw her. That was a handicap to uncut
If it
her.
wasn't for Locke, I wouldn't have known that. I see you. If it wasn't for you, I was not aware.
No. I was shocked when you said that Michelle Obama would do a great job becoming Madam President. She sounds the exact same way as Obama did, if you heard her speech. But people want to gloss over that speech.
I do see your point, but I think her technique, as far as how she delivers speeches, but I think when she runs, it's not gonna be in sequence when Obama is. It's not. I don't see. I see her doing. I know she may do a certain thing that she did or what he did when he ran, because when he cut the HBCUs, that hurt him. Especially because he ran on education and then turned around and cut education, especially with the HBCUs. That really. But I think she's going to do certain things that he did in his administration. She's going to counteract that.
I think so as well. And if you did listen to her speech, it is not like Obama's. It is very different. Michelle resonates with men and women. Michelle is all black.
Right.
She's a black woman. She's not half.
Yeah,
She's not half
Clarence
Indian.
Thomas.
But I think when it comes to the way she delivers her speeches, her language and the language that she uses is different. But the way her deliverance, because we gotta understand, she looked over a lot of his speeches, Obama's speeches. So it's not really her copying Obama because she looked over his speeches. She approved a lot of his speeches. Let's be honest. She went to Princeton.
They both did, and that shows she's not an unintelligent woman. And I'm gonna tell you something else. She was first lady for 8 years, so she know what the game is.
Yeah.
She knows the game. See, everybody else hasn't been former first lady.
Right.
You know, Trump's wife, she didn't show up until two or 3 days ago. I mean, anybody else, they would be talking about him like a dog, because when this whole election, where's Trump's wife been? All during the court hearings, where's Trump's wife been? She wasn't right by his side.
Yeah, she doesn't. She clearly, you can tell, no way near has the education, nor the speech, nor the.
And do you remember when she plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech? She actually took Michelle Obama's speech.
Yeah, she sure did. She sure.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand, Michelle Obama come from South Side of Chicago. That's a historical black. Well-do a part of Chicago. Those people are middle class and upper middle class that's been there for centuries in Chicago. So
I mean, she's not, she's not like Trump's wife, a stripper, because that's a the fancy name they put on her as a model, a nude model. She's just a stripper.
Now they're going to come out. Then they're going to come out and say some things as far as her gender, sexual. What did that woman, that comedian, said about her? Remember, she died too. What was her name? Remember the comedian, that woman comedian? Oh, what was her name?
You'll have to tell him, because I don't do comedians.
Was she white or is she black?
She was white. Remember, she came out said that Michelle Obama was a transgender.
I remember them trying to say that about Michelle Obama.
She the one who brought Arsenio Hall out. She died. She had all those plastic surgeries and stuff to her face.
Joan Rivers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It wasn't no damn comedian. She looked funny.
Joan Rivers was a comedian.
She was a talk show host and a comedian married to some rich white guy.
Yeah.
She didn't make me laugh. She looked funny. Shit. Look like a damn crackhead. But anyway.
You heard it first on We-On-Loc Nation. True honesty.
She came. I remember she
came. You don't want me to be honest.
She started getting on that bandwagon. But I do see her. But I still think when she run, she won't run away with that. It's just that. It's just, when is she going to run? Is she going to run?
Well, you know what I think? At this point, she's starting to get too old.
Joan Rivers was just like Wayne Newton. Wayne Newton did plastic surgery every single year. Every single year I see him. His face is all glistening and shit.
He's so old.
Oh, snap.
Yes,
and if you think about it, that's what I'm saying. The Gen Zs, the next election we have, I promise you, remember I said it, you will not have the age group you have now. They're going to be younger, much younger.
I think what's name going to run? How old is he? The vice president, Trump's vice president. And he only in his 40s, I think.
Yeah, JD Vance.
Yeah. So yeah, I do see what you're saying, that's definitely, I do see the younger, because I think people is not, they're getting tired of seeing these older, people that's running
Right.
and stuff like
With
that. So like, right.
old fashioned ways of doing things. But I come back to the same thing. I don't want anyone under 30 making laws and political decisions for me. They're too young. They have not lived life. Think about it. You're under
I see.
30 and you want them to run the government.
But they
You
not,
want
I
those
don't
to be
think,
your representatives?
yeah, but I don't see, if he, let's just say, like you said, that there's someone 30 as president, they're not going to be running nothing, because the people that they're going to have in those seats are going to be in their 50s and 60s and things like that. His advisors, they're going to be people of age. They're not going to be no 30 and 25.
Yeah,
30 and
right.
25.
But you
They don't
also
want
have
to
to look at the fact, who is going to support the Gen Zs? The other Gen Zs?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, that's true about that.
Let's not.
All those college students and young adults feel like they feel. We're too old fashioned knocking on the doors, but I haven't had anybody knock on my door, not for a presidential election. I had someone knock on my door who I helped get elected. But yeah, a congressman. But other than that, you better not come to my door.
Right.
People knock on my door every time, and I go to the door butt naked with a chicken in my hand and a knife in the other.
You do that with the Jehovah Witness?
I tell you, all you have to do is put up a beware of dog sign or a security dog sign, and they won't come.
Yeah, I am that dog. I'll be drooling from one side of my mouth to the other.
I just think when he picked Kamala, right, Harris, that was a backstab to a lot of black people right there, because she when Tulsi Gabbard killed her in that election, when they did that debate
the first time around.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard killed her in that debate. That's why she dropped out. And then you want to turn around and pick her for vice president? Oh, that
what was that similar to? Who was that? Who was that similar to? What did I just play earlier? What was that similar to? That was similar to Obama, right? When he got his ass whooped by Bobby Rush. So that's similar. This is what the trick bag is. Like,
but I think that when Bobby Rush run that, I don't think it was Obama's time, because I'm telling you the truth. The Kennedys put Obama in office.
And you think about it, that old money talks like no other money.
Yeah, because the Kennedys controlled pretty much, I think, in Chicago. They pretty much controlled that. If you ever look at that TV show called Boss, where the guy that was Fraser, the guy who played in Fraser, if you look at that show, that tells you a lot about Chicago. That's why they took it off.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, look at that TV show Boss.
Okay.
And you will see how Chicago's political thing goes in there, and you'll see why they took it off, and you can see where the Kennedys controlled it. They controlled that bad boy, Chicago. But if you look at that TV show Boss, they had to take it off. It was saying too much stuff. Too much. Yeah.
And they don't like stuff that informs people.
Right. They don't like that. They definitely don't like that. So yeah, that show was a good show too. That show was crazy. Yeah, that was a nice show, but very informative and things like that. Tell you how the political wheel works and stuff like that, and the behind the scene. Oh, they went deep in that show. But yeah, I think that's that, and you could tell that Obama, because when Obama got in office, that's when Edward Kennedy died. Remember how he, and you think about it, just think about it. You see how Edward Kennedy died a little time when Obama got in the office, when he fainted when he was in the White House, because he died. Remember he fainted. Do you know Kennedy and what was the guy from Arkansas? He been there for a while too. He died too. He died of the same disease.
You're not talking about John McCain, are you?
Yup. John McCain died of the same brain tumor as Edward Kennedy.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
John McCain.
Yeah.
Yes, John McCain, the one that Trump talks about, a daggone war vet that was caught in the POW camp. Trump talked about him like a dog.
Yeah. And he passed. Remember, he voted for that Obama. They were trying to destroy him. And he the one that
Wait. You said John McCain. John, the war veteran that got caught.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And he
they got tortured and all that stuff. Yeah.
I was mistaken. I thought it was it was my English teacher, but never mind. Go ahead.
But they were trying to destroy the Obamacare, and it came down to his vote, and he passed it. And a couple months after that, he died. That's when he died of that brain tumor. But you ever watch the show? You know he got a brother, right? But you ever watch? They did a segment on him, especially years ago when he was running for president, and they said he had a black child, right? That's what all over him. And you know why? The reason why people believed it, because you ever seen the Black McCains?
No.
No.
Yes. Yeah, they got a black.
I've only seen the blonde-haired McCains.
No, they got a black McCains, right? That you know the John McCain's father left his white woman and married a black woman. Yeah. That's where you get the Black McCains. And every year they show this on television. Every year when the Black McCains have family unions, John McCain's brother be down there dancing with him. John McCain be down there dancing with him. Because you know, John McCain, he adopted a black girl and his son married a black woman.
I did not know that. Yeah. I did not know all of that.
Yeah, he got a black. I don't know if y'all watched the stories, because remember the stories Guiding Light years ago.
I remember them Guiding Light as the world turns or something.
Okay, now in Guiding Light, right? In Guiding Light, they had the Spaldings, and in a couple of episodes, the Spaldings. It's the same thing happened to McCain. Remember the father, the Spaldings end up marrying. He left his wife and went and married a black woman in Barbados. They thought he died, but come to find out, he didn't die. He was living in Barbados, married a black woman, and started a whole new life, a company, and everything. Just the same thing that happened to John McCain's father. He left his wife and went down and married a black woman. Yeah, they had slaves and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Why and this is the reason why I cringe at people when they say black women are not desirable. If they're not desirable, then why are they the ones being picked? In good, bad, or indifferent? Why is that?
Look at Strom Thurmond. Remember Strom Thurmond, the one that was I'm against segregation. I don't want black people, white people in the same thing. And he had a black daughter. She's the oldest one in the family. He had a black daughter. Do you know that the daughter, right? That they had this on 60 Minutes. Do you know this is the oldest daughter? He used to go, because you know Strom Thurmond and Al Sharpton are first cousins.
What?
Yeah, they first cousins. But when he had his black daughter, he used to visit his daughter, the black daughter, when she went to high school, when she went to college. He used to sneak in the back and sit down and talk with her. And she used to come every month. Now this is Strom Thurmond, the most racist person in Capitol Hill, because he lived to be 100. She used to come every month to get her allowance, and every senator that used to see her, she used to come pick up her money every month. And he made her come pick it up because he wanted to talk to her, see how she was doing, see how the family was doing, see how the things what she was. And she was on 60 Minutes. She said, I love her. He was my dad, even though he was saying certain things and stuff like that. I still love him because he took care of me. And she said, they asked, and she was real smart, his daughter. She was very intelligent. They asked her this question. They said, what do you think as far as the white family accepting you? She said, what do you mean accepting me? You should be asking me that how do I feel for me accepting them, because I am the oldest. Oh my God. I was like, that woman is no joke. She said, she said, I don't even accept that question. That question should be reversed. Not me. Me. I'm the oldest.
But you just think about, you know what, Vaughn, you should come up more often. You should come up more often, Vaughn.
I'll be trying to come up with, I'll be trying to come up with, this thing don't be having a link out. But yeah.
Do I have to send you your own personal link, Vaughn? Do I have to send you your own personal link? I'll send you a personal link. All right. Always accusing me of not sending out link. You don't send a link. This was Trish earlier today. You send a personal link. I send it to your email. Oh, I just got it. That's like, you just got it live. Because I was right at the school when they were voting, and I put it in like 2 hours before I went live. So what are you talking about?
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours before, and you just got it 2 hours afterwards.
We have a lot of interesting topics and stuff to talk about. Seriously, you should come up and convo with Loc more.
Yeah.
No, he hates me.
No, I don't.
He hates me.
And see, Loc, you can't say I didn't come up. This is twice.
Actually,
three times this year.
3 times.
I was just up here week
I
before
know.
last on Sunday.
I know that.
But Lisa, do you think since okay, we seen the way they was putting it in this election that black people didn't vote for Kamala like they did, past years. Do you think that the Democrats now are going to cater to the black people?
No. No, because see, the damage is already done. She's lost, and I'm gonna tell you something. Really, it's not the black people. In order for her to win, just like Trump, they needed not just black votes. They needed the Latino votes. They needed the white votes. And you think about it, a whole lot of something helped Trump get in there, because what they're doing now, they haven't officially declared Trump the winner. It is the delegates. He has more delegates than her, and if she doesn't win Pennsylvania, she has no chance of catching up to Trump. Trump has come out and already did his acceptance speech, had Dana White from UFC up there. His wife is up there with her ugly butt.
But they said not over. But according to data, which they said that Trump did catch a lot of Latinos, and he caught a lot of black votes in certain parts of inner city, like in Georgia. He did pull out more black votes that should have went to Kamala. Now that might, I don't think that they voted for Trump. I just think they didn't vote. And by them
I agree. I think a lot of black people did not vote. They didn't. I know people in my family that refuse to vote for Trump, and they refuse to vote for her. I chose to vote for myself.
Right.
because there was no one else I wanted to vote for. And there's a systemic problem when we have voters saying, there's no one I want to vote for. I'm talking about, I've talked to white people, black people, and everybody was saying the same thing.
Right. So,
hey, Lisa, what is this? A right to abortion? 57% of people said yes to abortion. That's 6,054,370, while people said no, and that's 53%. That's 4,542,398 million people that said no to abortion. What the hell?
The only place they could be getting those statistics from is a survey, because when Trump got rid of Roe v. Wade, that was it. I mean, there is nothing. The individual states have their laws, like Georgia's one of the states. Only states really you can get an abortion in are like California. I'm not sure if it's Texas, but they're only like 3, and California is one of them. That's why Kamala, she should have campaigned. She was elected, her career, she built herself. Well, they say she slept her way to the top.
Right, they sure did.
Yeah, they do say that, and seeing that she's 60 and she's only been married 10 years, and she started out as district attorney.
Right.
Then she became attorney general, and then she became a senator. And she left from a senator to a vice president. So you really could say she was inexperienced, because she wasn't she had some political experience from running for those offices. But I'm gonna tell you something else that hurt her prison record, the people she prosecuted.
He prosecuted. That's what, especially when it came to the black voters.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of black people couldn't vote for her for that reason. They refused to. It was a type of betrayal.
And you know what I think what else that was bad, especially when it comes to the Democrats, when that bill, as far as they can, if your child wants their sex change, you do not have no authority to say yes or no, and that's your child. They will come, and if your child say, I want my sex change and I want to go bisexual,
at age 12.
Not my child. Not my child.
And that piss a lot of people off.
Well, I mean, you think about it. What parent? I mean, I feel like this, and I'll get back to your abortion question in a moment, La. I feel like this. The government does not have the right to tell me that I need to expose my young child to sexuality before we decide, my husband and I decide that it's time to have that talk about what they're doing, putting unisex bathrooms and sex changes. I mean, you have these automated cartoons where you have boys twerking. They're showing men cartoons kissing other men cartoons. I mean, they have, things that a young child should not be exposed to until the parents decide so. And then to sit up and take the power from a parent, I defy you. I defy you. I will not obey that law. I would not. If it was me, I would not obey the law. You can lock me up, but I'm not going to turn my child over to you, because there's this mini series that you had to buy, and it was all about these young people who were allowed to have the sex change for one reason or another, and them talking about how it destroyed their life, that they wish they hadn't have done it. They wish somebody had stopped them. But when someone was trying to stop them, they didn't want to hear that. They went with the people who they thought were looking out for their best interests. And that's just goes back to what I'm saying about the Gen Zs. When you're a certain age, you have not matured enough to make certain type of decisions. It's a reason why you can't join the military till you're a certain age, or you legally can't drink or smoke till a certain age, because you have not matured enough. And a lot of these young children are now speaking out, talking about they're having the shakes, they're having this happen to their body, they're having that happen, and they're miserable. And now it can't be reversed. What's done is done.
Right.
Could you imagine that being your child, and now they're coming back saying, I don't want to be this way.
Right.
But you thought
Too
you
late.
wanted to be that way.
Too late.
Especially when it
Your-
comes to
your,
cutting off anatomy.
Yeah.
Your anatomy is gone. That's what I was going to say.
Right.
Your
You
anatomy
can't
is gone.
you
once you're
can't
dead.
replace it.
You can't reverse it.
And so you have to relive the rest of your life that way, and you will always be haunted by you wish somebody had stopped you.
So basically, it's gentrification.
Yes.
But a different type of gentrification. So that's all
Yes.
that is. It's not about. It wasn't about sex. It's not about lust. It's just basically production.
Right. I mean, this one commercial they had this little boy, and he was like, one day I can be a boy, and tomorrow I can be a girl. And I found that to be so sad. Poor, confused child. What do you mean one day you can be a boy and one day you can be a girl?
Right. I see when I was watching the when they was talking in front of Congress, the Homeland Security of Biden administration, and they asked him that question, and the only thing he kept as far as children. Matter of fact, Rand Paul answered the question, and he was like,
"Oh wow, Rand Paul,"
and he was like, "Well, we got to protect the credibility. We got to protect the children." And what you mean protect? How are you protected till we? Well, if the child wants to get that sex change, we have to protect them and help them whatever transition they need. And then they add, because it's one woman that's in the Biden administration. She's a transgender, and Rand Paul asked her that question. She kept avoiding it. She was like, "Well, we can talk about it behind, I don't want to
closed doors or something, not in front of the camera." Because I think that's a prime example of she's not, or he is not totally happy. Because if everything was okay, why not discuss it? Why not share what your experiences? You think about when you take a minor to the hospital, a parent has to sign for you to treat them. So why would it be okay to have an invasive surgery like a sex change? And by the way, who's supposed to pay for it?
Right, because that's what they were saying. They were saying that they was paying for the bill for people who's coming over the border that want that sex change. That it was
wow.
There's government grants given to the people that's coming over the border that want sex change.
Those people coming over the border get over like a fat rat. You think about, they don't have to worry about paying an electric bill, buying groceries, getting medical care. They get all of that stuff off of our backs.
Yeah, that's tax.
And then you have Americans that can't get any assistance because they're too busy giving it away. That's something I heard neither candidate speak about. And as far as Trump, he had 4 years to get rid of immigrants. He was the president, not the vice president, because the vice president gets told what to do as well. They have a job description. You don't get to tell the president what to do. You're the hired help yourself. And I never understood that through the election, why people are sitting up there talking about, well, she had nothing. She didn't have, she didn't get elected president. He did. And you think the president selects the vice president. So how is it her responsibility to rise up, overturn what the president says, and do what she wants to do?
But see, the thing is, when he put, I think Biden put her in charge as far as over the border, but a lot of people did not explain thoroughly, and nor did she. When Trump passed an executive order as far as bringing people. Remember, they took the people back home, and you had to sit in the country where they took you to. It was Mexico, a couple other countries. They took you back there. That's why you see a lot of tents and stuff like that, because he passed an executive order, and the way his executive order went, he could not do anything. Biden could not do anything because the type of executive order that Trump passed. He had to wait till that expired. See, they didn't explain that. She didn't even explain that. If she did, then people would have understood. She could have said, I could not do anything as far as, especially when bringing the people in, because he passed an executive order that I could not overturn. It was a type of executive order he could not overturn. You have to wait till that executive order expired.
Excuse me for a minute, Vaughn. American Soul, you need to watch yourself.
Lisa. I got it. Keep continuing. I got it.
Who's that?
Don't think my guns still don't work.
No, ma'am. Continue with Vaughn, please. I got it.
Anyway, Vaughn, that is part of the problem. People come in just like Obama. Like I said earlier, Obama inherited the worst economy. And everybody sits up and downplays him, talks about him, but he's the one who kept the automotive industry alive. You remember that? The loans. But nobody gives him credit for that. Like I said, Bush tore up the economy with all these wars. And that's what happens when you take over, you inherit whatever mess the previous president has left. You think that Biden walked in there to a good presidency after Trump? Trump was sitting up there taking secrets to Putin. Now tell me, if that had been a black man, if that had been Obama over there with the Russians and taking secrets to his house and all of that, what would they have done? What would they have done if Obama was sleeping with a porn star?
Oh, yeah.
They will put him under the bus.
Right. If he was sitting up here talking about grabbing women's certain parts, they wouldn't have tolerated that from Obama. And that just goes to show you how vast the racism is. And unfortunately, a lot of times Black people are brainwashed with these subliminal messages. Yeah, you think about the news puts a subliminal message. The news decides what they're going to report on, not what Locke is interested in, not what Vaughn is interested in, not what Lisa's interested in. They sit up and they decide what the news is and what they're going to report. And then the propaganda that they spew. I agree with Dr. Umar on a lot of what he said. Because they do this. This is how they get you. They brainwash you into seeing things their way.
Yeah, they do pass bias propaganda, stuff like that. Yeah, they do. It usually wasn't like that, especially like back in Walter Cronkite years and stuff like that. It wasn't like that. But now, it changed now. Everybody, you can see the bias, the way they report the news and things like that. You can see it.
Can I say something, please?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, don't nobody give a shit about who won tonight, because the things that are going to happen today is the same thing going to happen tomorrow. All right.
And some of us aren't angry at all.
None of us are angry. We just here chilling.
Right.
FDA
conversation. And some people they're not in touch with themselves.
So we're talking about a foundational black. So you're a foundational Black American. Okay. So you falling for that trick bag. Okay. All right. We falling for a whole coat. All right. I got you. But at least he admitted it that much. At least he admitted it that much. All right. Just like when I forgot what the lady's name was, and I can't stand her too. But at least I have a little bit more respect than I would do.
Yvette Cornell.
Yvette Cornell. I have a little bit more respect for her, and the other guy than I would do. Well,
Kamala.
I'll leave Tariq Nasheed where he is. I'll just leave Tariq. I'll leave Tariq where he is.
You know, I don't know much about him.
We're gonna stay Pan African over here.
Didn't he take a bunch of money for a museum?
See, that's the only.
Say that again.
Yeah, that's the only
Didn't
thing.
Tariq Nasheed take a whole bunch of money in California for a museum? And I saw the museum on somebody's live stream, and they have a picture of LeBron James, Farrakhan. You don't even have anybody greeting you at the. It's pitiful. It's pitiful.
Yeah, it was.
What's going on?
But see, I tell you.
Hold on, Vaughn. Now this is my territory. He entering in. The school is in Wilmington, Delaware, which will be opening up soon. So,
oh my God!
He didn't go trick bagging the people just like this nigga did. Pimping. I can do some pimping too. I wish I could pimp a bitch too, nigga. I wish I could do that shit too.
I think all three of them are pimping. I think Umar, him,
and
Yvette Cornell. I think all of them pimping.
Yvette Cornell does shit in her basement, dude. Come on.
They still pimping. They still be getting
down in the basement.
They still
down in the basement.
They still, you can still pimp. You see
those still pimp in the basement.
Yes. You see those things, and then when they be gathering and have those gatherings and renting different, just like Nasheed.
God damn! I heard
all these different things, collecting this money. Okay, what you collecting money for?
God damn. A lot of people collect money.
Okay, that's my thing. What are you collecting money for? What you doing with it? Oh, you get ready to
the same thing. Okay, just like when you keep that right there, right? The same thing that I would ask people, why are you begging for cash apps? Why are you constantly begging for cash apps? Why are you constantly being liked? It's the same trick bag.
It depends. It depends. People that collect cash apps as far as doing shows, doing it because they want to do it full time. It's their job. That's a difference than running a political party that you're doing and you're trying to do what? Are you trying to lobby? I hope you're not trying to lobby. You're not going to come no way near the money. So what are you doing with the money? Are you buying homes? Are you buying land for people to come together? What are you doing? Are you buying a museum? What a museum is going to do? It's a whole bunch of museums. The Smithsonian. Are you getting a museum so you can get a tax credit? What are you doing? That's the thing that I'm looking at. If you collect the money to bring people together, maybe to start another Oklahoma Tulsa thing, okay, cool. Maybe you doing what the nation doing, buying land, putting tiny homes. There's a lot of black people that's doing that.
Brother, the only thing Trump is going to do is bring jobs back to America. That's all he is going to do. He isn't going to do nothing.
Who is going to do that?
Donald Trump, within the next 4 years, he's going to bring jobs back to America. That is all he is.
How many jobs did he bring back to America in 4 years? And I'll wait.
Good one. Wait. Very good. I have no further questions, Your Honor. Now, the only thing people are tripping on is that stimulus package, which we paid for back in taxes. So the $600 stimulus package, the $1,400 stimulus package, and the $1,200 stimulus package, which y'all
Let me tell you, I am so sick and tired of black people giving Trump a pass and loving Trump for some money Trump didn't give. Congress gave that money. Trump was being a smart ass. Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, had said, well, these people need $1,400 to help them out. And Trump said, well, if you pass it, I'll sign it. So how is that Trump giving anybody anything? Trump did not go into his little kitty of the government and sit out and issue those checks. It was Congress who passed the bill for us to get that money. It just fell under Trump's watch. But I'm going to tell you, Biden hasn't given anybody anything.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't seen anything Biden has given to anybody knowing how high groceries are. Okay, that's one thing Kamala was talking about she was going to do, that she was going to go after these businesses like the grocery industry that were price gouging, because all I know, prices of food are sky high, and Biden and her have not did anything to help the everyday American person. Did you get anything, Vaughn?
FBA, all y'all niggas do is talk. At least when Yvette Cornell goes in business mode, she actually meets people. All that nigga does is bring elderlies that he's already have met, already had talked to, the Just Joe Browns of the world, I forgot what the Brother Cabas of the world. He brings all them niggas into one room and just gets money out of them.
Who did she talk to?
Huh?
Who did Yvette talk to? Who did she talk to?
I forgot what he owned Comcast at one point. Did own Comcast at one point.
Who owned Comcast?
Oh, fuck, what is his name?
Time Warner. Is that it?
You talking about black guy?
Yes, a black guy.
No.
No. Yes.
Brother, I worked for Comcast and I was
No. Give me time. I have his name in my memory. It's just,
okay, we'll give you time while I address American Soul. I'm not mad about anything.
No, Lisa.
Ain't no black person. She haven't talked to. No, she does the same thing, just like he do. Her and Tony, what's the guy? Her partner, Anton or something like that. They go and gather people, collect money, just like he do, because he did the same thing. But where are they using the money? I heard her say, "Well, we gotta collect the money so we can make a difference on Capitol Hill." Come on now, come on.
I'd rather be slow
I'm
than
gonna tell
stupid.
you something. You're right, because I must have got 1,000.
Hold on a second. I'd rather be slow than stupid, bitch. I'd rather be slow than stupid.
I know ignorance is bliss, isn't it?
To follow a nigga that's dancing on stage. I thought he was a pimp. Pimps don't dance on stage, my nigga. Pimps don't get hustled by other hustlers,
you
my
see
nigga.
this Bond? He's over there dancing.
Where's his next Mink slide tape? I would like to see that shit. How the fuck you go from a whole hustler to a Mink slide tape?
Okay, we don't do that. We don't talk about people's mother. We don't do that. We don't do that over here.
My mother.
Well, look at what American Soul said. I know they can't spell.
You are mad. Can't even fucking spell.
Right.
Because Kamala lost. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no goddamn Kamala, nigga. Is you slow, nigga?
Obviously, very slow.
Lost, nigga.
Very
What the fuck
slow.
is you talking about? Bring your punk ass up here, nigga. I love it when they talk shit at me.
Drop the link.
This is the thing. This is the thing. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Y'all niggas should be asleep. Y'all should be fucking asleep. Don't nobody give a fuck about Kamala, and don't nobody give a fuck about Trump. I honestly, if you will listen to if you have a brain cell in your body, you will obviously know that you are the only class that you have left in America. You dumb shit. Why build something for yourselves? You don't want to do it because all you want to do is trick bag yourselves. We'll keep trick bagging us Pan Africans over here. We gonna defend for ourselves. You niggas gonna climb that white tree all you want. Foundational Black Americans. Who was the founder? I would like to know who was the founder of Black America. Who was the first founder of Black America? I'll wait.
First thing, they need to go to school and get some education so they could spell. And I don't know who's been up here being bitter. That just shows how stupid the person is. Can't even spell
that one, right? And he don't even own the name anymore. He don't even own the rights to that name anymore. Next.
Oh, somebody took the name?
He gave up that name, and some big lady that has a big ass mouth. She has that shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Some big ass lady said
they try to do that to I know they try to do that to Yvette Carnell and them. I think somebody was trying to take their the name.
No, I ain't got nothing against.
Yeah, somebody was trying to take that name and use it. I think they was using it in social media, something like that, because I heard her talking about it. This was some time ago.
Yo, D, it's cool. It's cool. We up here chilling. We up here relaxing and chilling. It's consolidating. And Lisa, I think it's about your time to hit for bed.
Are you talking to me?
Yes. You know you got to get up in the morning.
Yes, I do. Well, Vaughn, it's been so nice. I'm going to go down in the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been nice.
You know, she gonna fire off her guns.
Nice. I'm going to go to bed then.
All right. Have a good night, dear.
You too. Bye, Vaughn.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, let me get with these trick bags real quick. Always talking shit. First and foremost, I don't give a shit what people say about Umar. First of all, he's in his own fucking lane. All these little trick bag niggas that keep coming on my page talking shit, they ain't got nothing else better to do, though. It's just that simple. You literally want to clown others who actually have something, but for a person that is striving to get something open or striving to do something right, you always want to climb his ass back down. We need more than just one school, goddammit. We need more than just one fucking school. We need a plethora of fucking schools. A plethora of schools. And we need what you call them things. I know we can't make government grants for ourselves. So what can we make? Like vouchers or something like that? I'm trying to think. We can make vouchers.
I would just form a school I would form a school on the internet, right? You got so many teachers that's retired that they will teach and they just work by donations or work by a certain level, a certain income that they will be helping people. A lot of schools are closing. Look at all those colleges that closed last year. They're closing. Buildings of schools and stuff like that are closing up. Look at the internet schools that merged, all the ones that merged, because everything is going to go through the internet. So what I thought this was where Umar was probably going to go once at that time when he was talking when the COVID, because he was talking about open up an internet thing, hire teachers, hire different people, put it on a platform. Matter of fact, they could put it on fan base. The guy, the black-eyed Isaac Hayes' son, he should have someone stream through his platform of schools and have people teach and things like that on school. Matter of fact, this is what I
argue with these people after someone just passed away. I can't believe this. That's a shame on my part. I can't believe this shit. Somebody else passed away earlier today, and I'm here arguing with a bunch of niggas. I swear to God, that's just fucking crazy. And we both knew well, you probably knew him longer than I did. But hey, listen, to tell you the truth, I ain't got no beef with nobody, but just don't be coming up and telling me all this other shit. You ain't got nothing. You don't have anything. Nothing. Nada. Zit. Zilch. But the freaking clothes on your back. And you got the nerve to come at me yelling and screaming about what I don't have. Nigga, please. Stop it. You in the same goddamn position as me. All you do is work. He's out there risking his life because another person can't or isn't able to do it. He's risking his fucking life. What are you doing? You risking your life, nigga? Obviously not, because you're on here with me. Punk motherfucker.
Golly.
You in here with me talking shit. I can't believe this is 5 in the fucking morning. 5 in the morning, you arguing with me what somebody else don't got. He has what he has it. He just hasn't opened it to the public yet. That's all it is. And something that it takes 6 years. 6 years to fucking open. It's not like he's doing it with government money. He's not doing it with government money. He's doing this with black money. Do you know what that means? Obviously not, because you're doing it with the same trick bag over there. But the difference is he's a race hustler, just like what's his name? Brother Polite. He's a race hustler. I hate to say it. Dear God, I hate to say it. I wish it. I love Shaka Amos, but he's a race hustler too. I hate to say it. The biggest race hustler of all, Vaughn, say it with me. The biggest race hustler in the world is Sinetta TV.
You think they race hustler?
Yes.
Well, when you say race hustler, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Going out there, feeding. Anybody can learn from anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can learn from anybody. Anybody can pick up a book and learn something. But can you do it? Can you learn something daily? Can you analyze it and interpret it in a way people can understand it? Just like Sarah Sutton said, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody thought that Sarah Sutton said he was the best thing since sliced bread until he got exposed. Not by Dr. Umar, but by Shaka Amos. Shaka Amos killed his whole vibe.
Wait, what did he get exposed about? What did he get exposed about? I don't think I've seen that one.
You have to go to his old archives for that. You have to go to his old archives. You pulled the trigger already. You pulled the trigger already. I knew it.
Because I seen, because he's back on now, because he was gone for a while.
Yeah.
But he's back on now. He's
now.
I seen a couple of things. But see now, what's the one you just said his name?
Sinetta?
No, Shaka. Shaka Utmost haven't been on for a while. He's been gone. He was a regular, but now I don't see him like I used to.
You know, he cut off his lock. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. I think that he's not. I think he's not with his girl no more too, because I haven't seen her.
Mm-hmm. He used to talk. He talk about it a lot online.
Oh, he do? Because I know he still live in Florida, because I know he moved to Florida.
That part I don't know. The only thing I know is he's still doing music, and he goes online every once in a good while. So I'll catch him every once in a good moon, and I say, "What's up?" Like I like Shaka. I like Shaka, man. I ain't got nothing against Shaka, and I ain't got nothing against red pill and blue pill either.
They are pretty good in history, but I like. There's two that I really like because how they explain the totality of history, and that's Divine Prospect and Zion Lex.
I was about to say Brother Reggie. I was about to call you Brother Reggie.
I see Brother Reggie. I see. Well, Brother Reggie, he talks more so from Dr. Henry Clark perspective.
Yeah.
So, and he's pretty. He's pretty on point. Now I do like Jabari. Jabari is pretty good. Because
Jabari is getting on. I love Jabari, but he's getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Because I watch his. Matter of fact, when he comes on Sundays, because he has a religious thing, so I watch a little bit of that sometimes. But he's pretty good on history. Now I forgot the preacher's name because he went against Jabari. That was pretty. I forgot his name, but he's pretty good when it came to the Christian history. All of them have pretty good, but I just like Divine Prospect and Zion Lex because they come with a variety of perspective when it comes to history because they can hit you from a religious and then history side, and then they do the African side. So pretty good. They're pretty good on that. So I do like that. Now, Sonetta's wife, I seen her do a couple of debates, and I seen her do. She's pretty good. And a couple other ones. I forgot the guy. He's an Israelite, but I forgot his name. He wear glasses. And, I forgot. But I seen a debate that he did.
What do you think about Tariq Bey?
Tariq Bey.
Tariq Bey, yeah. You ever heard of the brother?
Yeah, but I can't get his face.
He's always having that afro. Always having that afro. God damn, man. You came from a wrong line and
I like brother. What's the guy? He's Jamaican guy. Garfield. He's good.
Yeah. I like. Oh, I forgot to show you. At least this one thing.
Captain. Wait a minute, Tariq Bey. That name sounds familiar, but I can't get his face. I know the name.
You don't. Oh my god.
I know the name. I know.
You don't remember Taj? Oh my god.
Oh, you talking about the Moor? You talking about Tariq Bey the Moor?
Yes, the Moor. Yes, the Moor. Yes.
Oh, yeah. He used to be in a Cooling Gang group back in the day. He was in Cooling Gang. Yeah. He's on point. Yeah, he's on point. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he could. But that's the one that you see him when he took out Brother Reggie. You see that one when he took out Brother Reggie? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't gonna say he took Brother Reggie out, but he stumped Brother Reggie on one of the.
He's a good debater because he's got his facts all straight. Now people when they listen to him, it's like he's on a whole nother. He's reading from a whole nother book, right?
Yeah.
He's been reading from a whole other position. So you got to carefully, like, when you read into stuff, I mean, like, read into stuff, not at it. It's like you got to read what the position.
He goes a lot into depth when it comes to the bloodline. Because even that clip when he did with Brother Reggie, he said you spending too much time on the color code. It's all about the bloodline that you got to pay close attention to.
Thank you.
And that's where he spent. But he spent a lot of time of the headquarters in the Moors. Headquarters in the Moors is here in Baltimore, where I'm at, the library. He spent a lot of time in there.
It's tough. It's rough. But I had spoken with one of his colleagues of his, the one that does the online thing. I forgot what I have her on. I have her on my phone, but knowing what I know now, it's like I would consider him calculus, and you know how hard calculus is. If you ever took in calculus, that's like the hardest thing to analyze when it comes to math. But he's like this mathematician. I can't even pretty much. I mean, you have to be deep in thought. You have to read. You have to read, study.
Yeah, because he been studying for years and
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
He's on point. He's on point on his history, but he follows. See, not only does he follow the Moors, but he followed the royal family and the royal bloodlines, and he's able to articulate a lot of times as far as the different positions that where the Moors held, especially in Spain and Portugal, and even
Morocco. And when you talk about Morocco,
yeah, but that's his main. That's where his makers. I remember him speaking about that too, especially when it comes to the treaty with the United States. So yeah, he knows. Well, one thing that he does that I heard him talk about, which is crazy, which I think is good for people to do. He goes to the Library of Congress a lot, and he gets deep into that board.
Doesn't read.
Yeah,
it's like we are 200 years behind. And that's crazy because he could when you ask him something and he tells you, it's like, okay, what about the secret society? What about the secret? You are the secret.
Right. And he goes. He knows a lot about the nation of when it comes to the nations doing business with one another. What's that thing in New York called nations? The League of Nations.
The League of Nations. Yeah.
He knows, especially when it comes to the laws and things about that. Yeah, he nice with it now. Yeah, I know. I remember. I used to watch him a lot. Yeah, he
that dude is
very smart.
Fucking nice with it though.
Yeah.
But I forgot to show Lisa this when y'all was talking about. I think you was talking about the situation. If Kamala were in office, this is what you Negroes would have to put up with. And I'm going to play it right now.
Was the first man. And he took his time and blasphemed the Bible. He said Jonathan and David was homosexual lovers.
David and Jonathan were married. They were a same gender loving couple. Now I know you know about David and Goliath and you know about David and Saul, but David and Jonathan were married. They were a same gender loving couple. And this is the piece that we often miss about their relationship. There are many references in the text to the fact that they were sexually active.
He said Ruth and Naomi was the first lesbian couple in the Bible.
Ruth and Naomi were in a same-sex lesbian relationship. God sent Ruth and Naomi.
When you got to give Bible, chapter, and verse that says Jonathan and David were lovers, homosexual lovers. You got to give Bible, chapter, and verse that says Ruth and Naomi was the first lesbian couple. You better give me the Old Testament with Jonathan.
Wait.
There is no thing in the Bible that says marriage biblically is between one man and one woman. That is not biblically accurate.
I dare you.
Sorry, Lisa. I'm so sorry. This is. I'll prove the point.
I seen that on. I seen that clip.
I'm proving the point to Lisa because she don't see the shit that I see every day.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see that guy because that guy is married to that guy on stage.
Yes,
They
he
got a
is.
church and everything. Yeah, I
This is
see
what
that.
they're doing. This is what they're doing to your kids.
But
This
it's
is
just not. It's just not Christianity though.
This is
It's just
what
not
they're
Christian.
doing.
It's other religions that it's other religions do because Muslims. Come on, they and
Well,
other religions
I
they
have never seen a Muslim do this.
Muslim do what?
Now, what Muslim are we talking about here?
You must didn't see that clip that what's the name that what's his name? If you go on the archive of what's his name? Brian Gumble, when they had the thing with the Muslims was putting young boys on camels and
We
picking
know
which
that.
one would win the race to molest them. So and they right, Muhammad married a 9-year-old.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. Yeah.
It's just not Christianity, and we ain't gonna even go into the other religions.
Why do you think Malcolm found out? How do you think Malcolm found out?
Right. I used to work with the Philippines, right? A Filipino, and he said it was the Eastern Muslims that brought because in Philippines, some parts of Philippines, you'll see the young boys dressed up in girls' clothing, and he said that was brung over by the Eastern Muslims.
Yeah.
So it's just not.
But this is how we're dealing with children. But now, this is what I'm starting to think. Oh my God, if Dr. Khalil Muhammad were here, good Lord, things would be so different from here on in.
But I think I think people need to really go deep in their research. It's just like what Farrakhan was talking about the Bilal. He talked about Bilal, which was Muhammad's right hand man, who was the first caller of prayer, was an Ethiopian. If I was to, well, I do. I follow all religion. I study all religion. But if let's just say I was a strict Muslim, I will go and follow Bilal's part of the spiritual part of Islam that Bilal followed and did when he got from Muhammad, because he left. Remember, he left because the way they switched the Quran and switched Islam, how it was involving. And he said they took the spirituality out of Islam. So people need to actually research and see, because remember, Muhammad's disciples went to Ethiopia, and the people tried to go in there and take them, and the Ethiopians protected the Muhammad's disciples.
Man, if y'all don't become members of We-On-Loc Nation, you ain't gonna get this far. I'm about to like just put this on members only, so you get the full fucking details of this shit. This ain't free. This ain't fucking free. People get killed over this shit. Especially when it comes to money. When it comes to money, goddamn.
Yeah, I do agree what he says about Israelites. As long as it's the spiritual part of Israelites, because you got so many different sectors, just like any other religion. You got so many sectors of each religion.
Put that on
Christianity
the back,
is broken down. You got Israelites that's broken down into different religions, and some of them agree and some of them don't agree. So I will follow the spiritual part of Israelites, because I think that's the cornerstone of the uplifting of our people. When if you want to hold on to something, you will follow the spiritual part of Israel, the Israelites. A lot of these other sectors is going to take you in so many roads and so many ups and downs.
I believe it.
You know,
I believe it. I totally believe it. I believe there was a brother that was for the community for a while until he ended up turning trick bag. And it's like who do you go to nowadays? Who do you go to? You can't go to these people on the street, because these people on the street will lead you anywhere. So So the only alternative that you have would be someone from your family. But
Yeah,
wait
I
a
agree.
minute.
I agree. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it could be someone from your family, or it could be where your heart is. Sometimes, like he just said, ISUBK. But we're part of. I mean,
Wait.
that's Captain Tazardiak.
Captain
Now
Tazardiak.
he's pretty. Captain is pretty good, especially when it comes to the history and when it comes to that Bible. I seen a lot of debates that he did. He's on point. You got to be right when you go up against him. Now, some of the things that I think that where they come from, I think it gets in too much worldly, too much of flesh, you know. But Captain Tazardiak, when it comes to that Bible, he's no joke. I've seen him debate a lot. I like that.
Oh, you talking about that Israelite dude?
That light skinned guy?
Yeah.
I just didn't. Now, when he was saying that he was against the Africans, and he told the little boy that he didn't like, you know, because he was African. That little boy said something that was on point.
Captain Tazardiak at that time didn't have shit on Shaka Amos. I'm telling you. Codex game, when he came out with the Codex Game Over booklet, I mean that they were pretty much all in one setting. And of course, Trick Bag signed that it had to film the whole fucking thing. And so it was, I think at the time it was, I'm wrong, that was the wrong one. They were on the street when they did it. The other guy that got on I'm blanking out the fuck of, oh yeah, when it came to Shaka Almost, remember when everybody was making fun of his lock, and he said that particular, and he quoted on the PowerPoint why the lock was so important, right? And nobody ever made fun of his lock again.
Yeah, I seen that. I think it was a debate that I seen Captain and the guy. He was a Nation of Islam. No, it wasn't. That wasn't Captain. That was somebody else. But that the guy from I think I forgot his name. I think it's Muhammad something. But he did good. That guy from the Nation. He did a very good job. Only one I think that maybe gave Captain a good money is Divine Prospect. Divine Prospect is no joke. And Zion Lex. Divine Prospect and Zion Lex, they're no joke. Them brothers is deep in their history. And then they cover so much in their debate. They the only ones that I can see that can go up against Captain. Now I did see what you talking about, Shaka Utmost, but I don't think that was Captain. I think like what the guy just said, that was Captain.
They debated each other.
Yeah, okay.
One occasion.
Okay.
They one occasion. Sometimes they would come over the house and start debating, because I mean they ain't trying to make no trouble. And every once in a good while, you got some white folks come over there and they'll be like, "We're a bunch of Christians over." It's like nobody is paying attention to your part of the Christianity. We had our own Christianity till you motherfuckers came over there and started, conquering a whole bunch of Africans over there. And then you brought the Africans over here and you started changing the names and everything, changing the name, changing the faces, decapitating us and all the whole nine. I mean, I forgot what the white boy's name was, but somehow our right hands became deformed. He would end up cutting everybody's right hand off. It was Captain something, but anyway, he decapitated us, called us a whole bunch of other names other than our own. Basically, gave us white names. All right, so what we're trying to do right here, right now, is trying to relearn our identity. But you can't relearn your identity when you have chaos all over the place. This is why
Knows that. No race actually knows their identity. even the white race doesn't know that. They know it's like people know they come from Africa. The white
Folks
race
don't have an identity.
huh?
White folks don't have no damn identity.
Oh, right. So why do people think that they do? Why do people think that the only ones that doesn't have an identity is black people?
Where we come from, Vaughn.
White
Where
people.
let me put it this way, because we were born here in America, where our ancestral came from. If you can
White
trade,
people don't know where their ancestral. A lot of white people don't know where their ancestral come from. 23andMe is a $4 billion business. That lets you know white people don't know where they came from. Because if they did, why would they?
there are other things other than 23andMe, Vaughn.
You look. Okay, I'm saying if white people knew where they came from, right? You see it in the commercials that white people think they was Germans, come to find out they're Italians. You got white people think they was from Irish, come to find out they from England. White people don't know where they come from. And that's not even going to the Asian part, because some Asians people think, oh, I'm from China, come to find out they Korean.
I thought white people came from us, Vaughn.
That is
two black people can come together and have a white person. Am I right or wrong?
Well, I think I did see that. You said two black people.
Two black people, two melanated people can get together and have a white person. Can they not?
What they was dark skin?
Dark skin and dark skin equals what? It's like pink. You got dark purple. You got dark purple and black. What does that make?
I haven't seen. I have seen something like that, but they said that it was one of the people in the black people that had white in their bloodline.
Come on, bro. You've seen this so many times. It's just like me and my wife. When me and my wife had our first child, she came out lighter than light skin.
And it is some people, too, white people, that child that come out dark skinned. Yes.
Say that one more time.
There's white people have children, the baby come out dark skinned.
We talking about a black man and a white woman, right?
No.
A white man and a white woman.
Yeah. Baby come out with a dark shade. Not
show me. Show me.
With a black
show me. I want to see it. That's an alien.
So you saying
white people? Let me not talk about the babies.
But see, you saying, because we don't actually know. We don't actually know that. Just because they come from that, we don't actually know. That's why I said, see, the so-called white was.
You're giving them an out. You're giving them an out. You're giving white people an out.
Fraternal twin,
because they had
so-called black, but he turned out to be like our evil twin. I can see that. I can see that, because God. I mean, remember, God creates. God is the creator. So
yes,
we don't create. God is the creator. So anything is possible. Right.
But I go by lineage.
Right.
And I go by what the what's to say for when it comes to your melanin skin.
Mm-hmm.
What is the basic concept for melanin skin like ours?
You talk about the
scientific. Thank you. The scientific thing for your melanated skin. It protects you from sun rays. It protects you from sun disease or disease, correct? Mm-hmm. From the sun. Okay. Right. Can you, when you have two consensual people mate and have a child, what would you think versus what we know, right? You would think that child will come out the same exact color as the mother and father. But the mother and father might be a different type of a shade. It's all about what? DNA. So your DNA, depending upon the sex, depending upon like I said, the mother and the father, but it's more to it than that. It has everything to do with your history of your parents.
Right, and I agree. I agree with that. You talking about lineage, right?
Lineage.
I agree. I agree. But just like the brother was talking about, as far as Jacob, those twins that they had in their womb. But the DNA has to start from somewhere. It starts from the first lineage, right? And then it does a tumble effect. So we don't actually know the first. Let's go by what he said, Jacob and them. He's given his interpretation that they may had a pigmentation. They could have been one black, or could have been one Chinese, or one Indian, and one this, whatever. But that could have been the first DNA starting of a lineage that carries on to today. We don't know the first, we don't know the first man or woman. We don't know their color, like Adam and Eve or any other people back in those days. We don't know the color.
Well, we know, because we do know now that the Bible is flawed, but it's also inspirational. It is inspirational due to the fact of what we can learn from these things, from certain parts of the Bible. But we all know that it's flawed because it's been duplicated like 1,000 times over. It's like what the Muhammad guy, he asked this specific question. I believe it to be true. Where are the original Bibles?
Well, he said he's saying Esau came out red. Yeah, but
red
could mean white people are red. They call they call Indian people red.
I think he's talking about the Homo sapiens, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, but who's them?
We can go anywhere from the Arcadians to the people from Belize, where Trish is going to be going.
Right.
I forgot who they were. It's a plethora of details. And also I can look for these same details in my son and my daughter's mail track cartoon. That's what I can look it up to, but I gotta find it. It's on the mail track cartoon. Even they tell you where people come from.
That's true, but that's their interpretation of history. But the Song of Solomon, when that's a woman that's speaking, that she said, "I am black," and if you keep on with that, she's speaking of, because she said, "Do not judge me," because back in those days, according to history, she worked. If you was working in the field, you had a darker complexion because you was working in the sun.
In the field.
Right.
But so if you were a lighter complexion, you were working in the
you was working in what's the name. So that's right. So that's the reason why she said, "Do not judge me because I am black. Don't judge me because I am black." And she went into it that she was working in the field for I think it was a field that she owned or something like that. But so that goes by. It depends on a person's interpretation when it comes to that.
Right. Revelations. Yep. Oh wait, Revelations 1:14. Oh, damn it! I don't even paying attention to that one. Yeah, because I was all about the Revelations 10 and 12. Red fire brimstone, where John had a revelation.
Oh, okay. When he went, okay. Okay.
John had a revelation, and the angels took him up, took him up to heaven, and They met all types of beasts and animals and stuff like that. And they opened up the seal 1, 2, 3, met the lamb. You know, the lamb was crying and certainly the lamb gave it, you know, the fang power and opened up the seal, opened up the first seal. There was a big earthquake on Earth, and the sky was black and the sea was red and blah blah and all the catastrophic stuff. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, but I see what he says when they say basically says Jesus got, but it says like war. And I think people looking into that, but we still, okay, let's just go by that. Let's just go by the feet is brass and let's just go by that. But look where his hands was. This right hand had stars. So is his right hand white? Yeah, it's different. Yeah, his right hand, his right hand.
Do we know what happened? Do we know what happened to Jesus from age 12 to 32?
No, it doesn't go into details.
I wonder why. I wonder why they don't even add on Esau in the book. I wonder why that is. See, we will never know the mysteries of anything until we as a people travel to Israel, we travel to Jerusalem, we travel to Ethiopia to search all these things. And you know, right, anthropologists have all the freaking answers.
Yeah, but see, it still go by their interpretation of history, though. And plus,
when they research these things,
yeah, you still got they going by the interpretation, because a lot of those things that they going by, they don't even know. Like a lot of those writings and stuff like that, they have to reinterpret that. They had to reinterpret those writings. They had to, you know what I'm saying? And the way they interpret it, you gotta understand. They come up with laws to interpret information that they don't know. And we just believe it. And you know, they got a lot of things that they find that people has tricked. Rocks and stuff like that. It's what they call that when they interpret rocks and things like that. They have a book when some of those people was doing it and saying certain things and it was wrong or it wasn't true because they was playing tricks just to get money, just to get funding and things like that. So you still gotta be careful when it comes to researching and those type of things too. Now, like now they got the guy. His name is Tony Browder. He's one of the leading Egyptologists out there, self-taught historian, as far as researching and things when it comes to Kemet and stuff like that. Not geology. It's something when they discuss when they look at rocks and stuff like that, and they study rocks to interpret history. I forgot that name, but it's a book out to how they was using those rocks and stuff like that to do tricks and stuff like that and say this was history. Because you got to remember the Mayans people, they can't interpret a lot of that stuff. You got in Maui, right? You got the library in Maui. They got over 3 million letters and types of books that they don't even know the interpretation of those words.
Because of the writing.
Right. So there's a lot of history that we may think is this and it's not. I seen a woman on brother Garfield's channel. He had a woman. She's a leading historian as far as in not Harvard, but it was in Oxford. And she said when we allowed to go in Ethiopia, she said it was a lot of things that we got wrong in history until we was allowed to go into the Ethiopian library. So just think about that. They don't even know the history. They don't even know how to interpret as far as the books in Maui. We just starting to interpret as far as the hieroglyph. What's the other thing in Mayat? That rock in Maya? I think it was
the big giant rock.
Yeah. So they just started interpreting that right there. So
hold on. I got it right here.
But she said there was a lot of things in history that they got wrong until they was able to go into Ethiopia. So just think about that. They just found
this is your fault, Mom.
I forgot what they found in Mexico. They got
You talking about this book?
yeah. Yup.
You got it. You talking about the ancient, ancient and moderns of Bricktone,
Oh,
and
no,
I got volume 1 and volume 2.
Oh, okay. That's another one. What's the other one that they call? I think it starts with an H. That on
D, is this the book? Hold on, let me turn this shit
that's
off.
I think that might be the one.
Let me turn this shit off real quick. Is this the book right here?
That's one. I think that's one of the what's the that's not the hieroglyph. It's a thing back in Mayette. Cause I see Zion Lex and what's the name? Zion Lex.
I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, but it's I
I'll
think
have
it's
to
with an
for it.
H. That no, it start with an M. I start with an M. But they just interpret that because years ago they didn't interpret it. But just the technique that they use to interpret things, it only goes by whatever interpretation that you believe. So
Who would be a good scholar to know about this? Valentine or
Valentine. Valentine is pretty. He know it. Zion Lex know it, and Divine Prospect. They know it. They some self-taught.
I'll have to either get him or Dr. Carm or whatever his name is, the one that likes to preach.
And Tony Browder. Tony
Browder.
You gotta get. He's one of the leading Egyptologists and interprets a lot of hieroglyph in Egypt, but he interprets the spiritual part because he always say he's led by the spiritual ancestors to guide him as far as the interpretation.
Oh, you can get Ashwa crazy for that.
Yeah.
You can get Ashwa crazy for that stuff. But this is the time where I say I gotta split because I gotta get the kids up for school in the morning, and I still haven't washed their clothes. So this was good. This was good. Collaborating, consolidating, and all this other stuff. And yes, Trump won. Who cares? What are your last words, Vaughn? You evil son of a. No, I'm playing.
What's that? Oh, it's been good. It's been good, man. It's always a pleasure coming up and
Yes, sir.
chit-chat. So, I mean,
Yes,
it's
sir.
always fun.
Yes, sir. And I'll give you your I will give you your personal thing when you want to come up.
I got
right?
you.
And don't say I didn't do anything for you, okay?
Okay. Oh, thank you for playing the music too, man. I hope you got that thing squared.
They're still sanctioning. I can't do anything, right? I can't do anything with it. This is a white thing. So
okay.
But I know I want to thank you for giving me the music. So
that's no problem, man. I thank you for playing it, man. I'll be trying to help people out, give them some intro, but I know how things go and stuff like that. But I appreciate you, man.
Not a problem, man. You stay safe.
All right, one.
All right. And that includes the We-On-Loc Nation channel. D, you've been amazing. Lisa, you've been amazing. Even you know what? Let me stop. But in all seriousness, Friday we will be celebrating the memory of Brother Clarence. Like I said before, damn. Condolences to Brother Clarence and his family. Like I said, he was a good brother and a good friend. My words of encouragement and my blessing to everyone that's on the panel, all my friends, all my colleagues, male, female alike. Cherish the ones that you love. before you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep, the only thing I would ask you to do is pray, because prayer is a very powerful thing. When you wake up in the morning, you do the exact same thing, because we will never know when our clock is being punched, if that makes any sense. So shouts out to Brother Clarence's family. We will definitely be getting to that celebration. So, all right. Love y'all. Peace.